Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Rachel Ganate, and you're listening to Lazy Gal Podcast. So, before we dive into today's episode about things that can improve your life quality and just things that I have been doing in my life to improve my life, and I mean like really small things, nothing big, no, like I moved across the country, stuff like that. I literally have lived in the same place almost my whole life. But yeah, so I just want to talk about some things because I have been, journaling more and I've been like looking at my higher self, more Pinterest-esque stuff, if that makes sense, where everyone is like, yeah, hot lemon water, Pilates walks, um, other stuff. So here we are. So I also want to talk about on this podcast, like content I have been listening to and like things that I have been consuming, especially because I've been on winter break. So I have been on the internet. Recently I've been listening to Emma Chamberlain podcast, and I've always like heard about her. Like I personally, I don't think I have no problems with her, but I've always heard stuff about her, and I was like, I wonder like who she is, because like I've seen her coffee mugs and I've seen her brand online. I've just never really like kind of been interested in her content. So she came up on my Spotify like not for you page. It sounds chronically online. She came up on my like Spotify feed, and I was like, oh, you know what? Like, I'll give it a try. And I really did like her podcast. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it feels like I get why she's popular, and I kind of did like a deep dive. Like, oh, how did she get so popular? Because I'm sure she's been around before the whole podcasting hype, and she was on YouTube and stuff. So like I was like, oh, like her, I like her merch and stuff, and like it's just the idea that like she became popular when businesses really wanted to appeal to the younger generations, and she came at a perfect time. And I think that's really like an example of right time, like really the universe working for you, because that could be anyone. Like especially when I think about like child actors, I think about like imagine like children actors that have been famous like for so many movies, like Harry Potter, Home Alone, now Percy Jackson, whatever. Like imagine being the second option, like it was you or the person that got chosen now, and you're like, oh my god, what could my life have been? And like I think I could never do that because I would like literally guilt myself with so much like, oh my god, I should have done it. I should, like look what I could have been doing now, and I would be sick to my stomach just thinking about like all the fame. So I can safely say that is not for me. That area, that field is not for me. So let me tell you, sick to my stomach if I even like had to like live through that or being like second choice. Like imagine like let's say I was auditioning for like Hermione Granger or whatever, and like Emma Watson got obviously, and I would be like, I would never watch the movies. Like I'm sorry, like I would be the number one hater because you're telling me that could have been my life. Sick to my stomach. Yeah, so maybe that's a problem, but I have not been listening to that many podcast episodes because I've not been going on many walks. And when I'm home, like I don't normally listen to podcast episodes. I just like go on my phone. I just do stuff. But content wise, I don't remember anything. Okay, let's move on to the next segment. So the next thing is kind of I've been posting on social media. I have to go on the browser version for this. But I kind of set up like a new calendar for 2024. You can't see it on the video podcast, but it's there. I had a Marvel one, and behind me, behind my clock, behind a tarot card wall, I put some more, and I put some on my wall over there in front of me, and you can't see it because the camera's not facing that way. But I will probably do like a post on that soon, so be on the lookout. And then I, of course, had a post on how to correctly reflect on vision boards, which was my like last podcast episode. And I had like a January core one, get ready with me for New Year's, January starter pack. I saw this idea online, I'm not gonna lie, but I used Procreate, and this is my first time like actually using Procreate because it's my sister. Like my sister uses it because she's like an artist, whatever. But I was like, oh, let me try it because we have it. So I was like, let me just use it, and I might start making like videos with that, like reels stuff instead of just like posts. Anyways, so that's there, and everything I post on Instagram goes on everything else. So like we did the same thing. I don't post much on YouTube Shorts. If you follow me there, I don't know why that's your point of contact, but I don't. Today I went to the farmer's market. and I was gonna wear something cuter, but then my friend canceled, so I went with my dad. Thank God, 'cause I was gonna go alone, but my dad's like, I'll just drop you. And I was like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So I had a friend. I had some company. I don't mind going by myself, but I would have to bike there, and it was cold. And I was like, I really don't want to bike in the cold. But like, I want to go biking, but I never did. Anyways, so yeah, and then yeah, so I got a coffee. It was a honey cinnamon latte, and I enjoyed it. I normally don't like bitter coffee, but I was like, you know what? This one is I like it. I like it. It was from dawn till dusk, probably. And then, oh yeah, what I wore, I forgot about that. I wore some flare pants and a black thermal. On top of that, I wore my gray sweater. You're welcome. Anyways, and then I came home and I spent some time with my family because I have school tomorrow and I will be grinding and slogging. I'm not. I'm senior year. I won't be doing anything, but I will be. I will be doing something all the way till like March because that is when I finally have a break. But it's okay because I have this big camera that I want to. I'm not gonna get up. I'm really comfortable, but it is like cute, and I want to use it because I literally bought it to make memories, but I keep on forgetting to use it. So I like have to like remind myself to use it because like obviously if I want to take a picture, I would use my phone, but I want to take cutesy pictures on that because I'm literally just a girl and that's a vibe. So yeah. And sometimes I feel really stupid just yapping into a microphone, looking at myself, but it's okay. I just do this. My teeth look really nice this lighting. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Okay, also, so I do this thing where like Riverside, like the platform I used to film my videos, it has like AI kind of choose like magic clips, which is good to post. And sometimes it finds the weirdest parts. So like on my like it's gonna literally find a part in this video that I've say the most nonsense in and look the worst in. Same with my YouTube thumbnails. Like why is a thumbnail a picture of me literally mid something? Like I think I need this mog the like actual like camera for like a good 30 seconds so I can like post something with good thumbnails. So let's get started into the episode. I just telling people to like start skipping to the point where I stop blabbing about unnecessary things. But why else would you listen to a podcast if you don't want to listen to someone blab about unnecessary things? Like obviously that's why you want to listen to it. My hair, why is it like that? Okay, I watched it yesterday, and like when you wash your hair, it's always like weird next day. Like it's never what you predict it to be. Or maybe it's crazy. Okay, so for the episode, listen, one last thing. My email newsletter is coming out this month, so I will keep the link down below. So subscribe. Subscribe. I only send out like once a month emails. You're gonna be lucky if you even get one once a month because sometimes I don't even send them. But they're very, very important to society because I talk about content I like, my content I've posted, some wise words, one might say, some media recommendation, books, songs, movies, productivity tips. Very, very rewarding to the human personality and character. So subscribe. And if you're not following me on Spotify or perchance YouTube or wherever you're watching this, please do it and give me a rating. Preferably 1 of 5 stars, because if you're gonna give me a rating that's not 5 stars, don't leave a rating. Why would you do that? What's wrong with you? You should maybe, press the follow button and subscribe to my email newsletter and do a rating. If that's too much for you, because some of you be like, oh, that's a lot of work. Do one thing. Please. Just press any button. Just press the follow button. It's right there. You don't even have to forget the email. Just press the follow button. And then, when you finally get some energy in you, subscribe to my channel. No, to my email newsletter. Anyways, yeah. So, actual topic. This is going to sound very basic, but I would like to talk about the fact, not really. I would like to say that just because something is basic and popular, it means that it's actually working, because why would it catch on if it's not working? You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone is doing addition. No one says it isn't bad because I don't know where I'm going with this. The point is, I'm going to talk about journaling. And you might be like, oh my God, everyone says journal. Yeah, they do. You know why? Because it's good for you. It's good for you. Journaling is good for you. Your mental health, your every health. I don't know what it's going to do for physical health, but it's going to do something. It's going to ease your anxiety, which can attribute to physical symptoms. Thank you. Yeah. So, anyways, so my journal. Let me whisk it out. I got a new one, and I would just like to say that everyone is like, I'm the OG white girl. I'm the OG ribbon girl. I'm the OG journaling girl. I have German journaling for so many. This is my sixth journal. I think I started in 2015. You know people who journal in 2015? No, you don't, because you don't know me. Until you do know me, then you do know someone who journaled. But literally, I would get out. What was I? I was in fourth grade. I was in fourth grade, fifth. I was some grade, but I was a young child, and it was fifth grade. Sick. It was in middle school, elementary. I was journaling, and I've been journaling ever since, baby. So like if you're gonna say anyone has journaled, it's me. I might look psychotic because I'm not looking at the actual camera right now. Where is it? Yeah, I've been journaling for so many years. So many. I've been journaling from the womb. Really. Anyways, so in this new journal, I have been practicing some more techniques because from the popularity of journaling, I have learned some things, which is like shadow work, writing, manifesting, writing new things, whatever. So I would just like to share some of the 3 pages I wrote from this journal. So the first page, I just like to talk about nonsense. You guys know me. That's how it works. 1 second, let me flip the page. Yeah. So I talked about my 2024 resolutions. And if you listen to my last episode, I mentioned not telling anyone anything because their negative energy can affect you. That's true. Don't do that. I talked about things I'm grateful for because it's always good to be grateful. If you're my mom listening to this, I know you're laughing. Yeah, and then I talk about like what I've been doing now is following some popular methods given to me by some internet celebrities I follow. Yeah, so this YouTuber, I mentioned her before, Persephone's Mind. She and the Witcher List, they talk about like manifest, like writing this, and this. The universe knows what you want, and I can hear my mom laughing because she likes to say universe, because that's all I say on my episodes. But I would like everyone to not bring it up. Thank you. Anyways, so I just talk about like, yeah, I have reached this many subscribers, I have this many views, and kind of like the law of assumption really being like, yeah, I have this already. Telling the universe I have this, or like I'm visualizing it, like it's gonna happen, and vision board, it's gonna happen. But I talk about journaling your vision boards because you can be more specific in my last episode, and I practice what I preach most of the time. And then I just talk about my life. You think I yap on here? I yap in my little journal more. And then I talk about my resolutions in more detail and, what I would like to do, what I would like to accomplish. And then I have seen this thing where it's like, write about what the best version of yourself would do. Write what, like, you would do if you were the best version. Like, if you woke up and you were your dream person, like everything you wish you could be, everything you wish you were, had, was, what, blah, you write that down. So I have been, writing that down. So I will share this with you guys. And I said, the best version of myself is strictly following her cycle, working on a computer science project 4 to 5 days out a week, being consistent with working out, posting content, my goals, whatever, my resolutions. Just things that I will be talking out here. So I won't be giving any spoilers. I know you guys are excited. I love lying. Drinks water a lot. Painted nails. Like I just really like I can't. If I could have press-ons every single day, I would, but I can't because I play guitar, so I just have to paint them. I'll paint them before tomorrow. Reaches her reading goals. I will do that. See, for me, reading really isn't a priority because I don't read per se informational books. I just read books. And if you are on my email newsletter, you know what books I read. And if you're on my Instagram, you know that my reading goals, I put 4 books. I wish I could. I know like 2 of the names. The Christmas Swap. Oh, Jane Eyre. I want to finish that book. The Normal know, the people we meet on vacation, and a fourth mystery book that I may have forgotten. Yeah, and then I talk about like, being hygienic and having clean spaces. So there's one more journal entry before I put this back. Yeah, and then and then I just talk about my routine. Like when I wake up, I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and then when I come back from school, I'm gonna go this, this, and this, and in school, I'm gonna do this, this, and this. So I'd like to write that out and just visualizing myself like actually doing it while I write. Be like, yeah, so like I can see myself doing these tasks and I can see myself happy. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so journaling has really helped me just with kind of understanding where I want to be in my life and where I want, like, what I want to do, how I want to do it, and just letting not only the universe, I can feel the people laughing, not only the universe, but letting myself know, like, oh, these are the goals that I'm working for. And I've always talked about how if you don't know what goals you want, like goals you want to achieve, you will never achieve them because how will you achieve something you don't know? And I also believe that if you never properly acknowledge that you have like reached your past goals, you never celebrate them, you never give yourself that feeling of accomplishment, you're never going to achieve more because you don't have that validation. Lots of big words. Stay with me now. Anyways, the next one is gua sha. So, popularized by TikTok. My bad. But before I start getting the people being like, would just like to tell you that I believe that this makes me feel very productive, one might say. Because even if I rot in bed all day, but if I may go on a walk, I just take a shower, whatever, and I do the gua sha afterwards, I'm like, wow, you know what? I did something that is better than nothing. Because I would feel a lot worse if I did not do gua sha, if I did not do any of those things, because at least that helped me be a little bit more put together and I feel just a little bit more productive. And that feeling pushes me to do more and achieve more because I validate myself for doing the small things which lead up to the bigger things. Genius. I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. I know, Nobel Prize, don't come running, don't come rushing. The point is, the point of the matter is, my hair looks horrible like this. The point of the matter is, that I saw something on Pinterest and it was like, don't have 0 days because even if you do one small thing, that's one and that's not zero. Math genius, I know, I know. Don't even tell me. But you're probably like, a 0 day should be allowed. It's a rest day. But a 0 day, like, is just you sitting, not even sitting, it's just you doing nothing. But you do something every day. Like maybe your goal was to drink more water, and if you did drink even a little bit of water, if you did enough better than yesterday, that's one something. That's more than something. That's a lot of somethings. So really, like, not only just be grateful, but acknowledge the fact that you have done things today that can make you a better person. That will make you a better person, both like overall, mentally, personality wise, whatever. Like you're working on your character, for example, you're trying to be more positive, have a better outlook on stuff, and you realize that, like, for example, like let's say that you're gonna go somewhere but something happened last minute, you still go, you still take yourself there, and you realize that maybe a past you would have just wallowed or would have just cried themselves and kind of like drowned in self-pity, but you did that, maybe you still did that for 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and that's fine. But you said, that's like, why am I doing this when I could just take myself on, when I could go there, when I could invite someone else, whatever. So just really twisting it, you're twisting your perspective on it. And like I was talking about gua sha first, but it's just like the small things that add up. Because when I do gua sha, like after my shower, whatever, I'm like, okay, like you know what, like I'm feeling it. Like I feel like the it girl, and it doesn't really matter if it changed my physical attribute. If I feel better, you can still look like shit and feel so good. And at the end of the day, it's what you feel inside. Because here's the thing, I would rather feel good and kind of look bad than look great, for example, for other people, but I feel bad. Like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if people think I look good if I'm the one who doesn't think it. Like, does that make sense? Like, if I don't feel good about myself, if I don't think I look good, it doesn't matter what other people think because at the end of the day, I still feel like shit. Like, no one else, someone is not gonna feel good because I look good. And, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, obviously, if I don't feel good, it's my emotions that matter the most to me, because then I'm gonna be like, oh my god, blah 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 blah. But if I work on feeling good, if I work on doing stuff that makes me feel put together, that makes me feel like better, that makes me, I don't want to say the word it girl again, but this kind of makes me in the vibe, in the sense, then I am one step closer to achieving my goals, because that is going to help me move on to the next big thing. Moving on. Yeah, so basically I do this every time I shower, pretty much every day. And then I do it after my shower and face mask. And it's not really the fact that face masks itself is helping me out. It's the same thing as the gua sha. It's the feeling of face masks where it's like, oh my god, I'm so put together. I'm doing all of these things that make me so productive. And one of my resolutions is related, one might say, to face masks. And I have been doing a flaxseed face mask every night. And I don't really know if you can tell a difference. Like, my skin isn't horrible. Touch wood, bro. Isn't horrible. But you know what? I'm still a teenage girl. Oh my gosh, wrong with you. And there are still things that I could do better for my skin. So I'm doing those every night. Basically, how I made it, it's online too if you want to like research. But like, okay, so first I was looking online, and then some girl was like, you should not boil them because it ruins the omega. And I'm like, okay, like, chill, I hear you, Don't worry, I hear you. So I just boil like the water separately and then put in the chia seeds and then let it sit, and I put it in the fridge. It didn't do nothing. So then I had to boil everything together, and maybe the omega 3 was lost, but at the end of the day, the gel only worked the second time. So take that as you may. Anyway, so just look online and see which one suits you and do your own research. But if you can eat it, you can put it on your face. So, like, I don't think there's any negative side effects until you're like allergic to flax seeds, and maybe you shouldn't be doing that. But I heard it reduces like redness and like blemishes, and just it's natural, it's cheap, and I like it. It kind of feels like snail mucus on your skin, and the texture is, let's just say, look at a video before you really start diving into this recipe. Yeah, but it's just the idea of like doing something that I wanted to achieve on my, I don't really put on my to-do list, one might say, but it's kind of like a daily checkpoint. I'm like, yay, I did this. And it's like, when you work out for like a routine, and then when you don't work out one day, you kind of just feel like, oh my god, like I lost my progress. It's kind of like that. But I like to not look at it as negative. If I miss it, I'm like, it's fine, like I'll do it tomorrow. Like, one missed day, two missed days isn't gonna like make my skin horrible. So, but we know what it is. Anyways, moving on. So the next one is cleaning my. I have been living in kind of a very messy area. Right now it's clean. You can see my floor. Ignore the tote bag on the floor. But yeah, so to be honest, my background is always gonna look messy just because that's like where the stuff is. And I do not. Okay, if you're on video podcast, like I'm showing you, I might do a room tour one day, not on here, but like my mirror, my posters, whatever. Anyways, okay, I'm moving this stuff. Yeah. Oh, you see my calendar. Yeah. And then, so what I was saying is that cleaning my space has really helped me with just kind of being more productive. Really, just because like if I'm if my room is like my desk is messy, like I don't want to work there because like there's no space to keep my computer, like there's no space to do any work, and I just feel overwhelmed, like oh my god, like I'll do it later, and I go to bed. Or my room is just like my floor is messy and I can't even like lay down, or there's like clothes everywhere, it's piled up on my bed. Like there's just so many negative factors, and it's kind of why I removed my beanbag and why I don't have a laundry basket in here, because I just put stuff on there. But if it's on my floor, if I'm forced to like clean my room because I want to do it, then I'm forced to keep two or three like clothes up on the hanger again instead of just leaving it to like rot away in the not rot away, that sounds weird, just to like stay in the laundry basket or on my beanbag, because then I never really pick it up. And I literally had half my closet on my beanbag, and I would just sift through those for like, I'd be like, oh my god, where's my jacket? It should be here. And of course, that made me later. That made me more stressed. And when it was dark half time, I couldn't see my black jacket because I had like 700 things on there. The point is, having a cleaner space has proven scientifically to increase productivity. I do not have those scientific research stuff, but you should just believe me because I said it. Anyways, but yeah, so that is just something that I have been working on, just a cleaner space, kind of, allowing myself the privilege and the luxury of having a clean space, because it's not always possible, especially people who don't have their own rooms, who are sharing with other people, who don't have the time, to be honest. Like, they work shifts, they work two jobs, they go to school, whatever. Like, they do not have the energy and time to be able to afford a clean space, or maybe they just have so many things that they don't have the space to keep them, whatever. Like, we should just be grateful that I have my own room, and I have the liberty to do what I wish, because when I go to college next year, I'm going to scream and rip my hair off, because yeah, we'll figure it out next year. But yeah, so having a clean space has been improving my life quality a lot, just because I'm more productive. I just feel happier, and I am more like, um, you know, allowing myself to really live life. I'm gonna cut that. Allowing myself to move past the whole overwhelming, oh my god, there's so many things on my bed. Oh my god, there's so many things on my desk. I don't wanna, I have to move everything. I put them on the floor, whatever makes a bigger mess. So kind of just allowing myself, I keep on saying that, just like having a clean space, whether that be your room, your whole house, your desk, is just letting yourself acknowledge that I have the luxury, I have the privilege, and I deserve a clean space. I deserve a place where I should be able to study and work and do whatever I want, because this is your space, and no one is really going to clean up for you other than you. And you have to put in the effort, because if you want it, at the end of the day, it's your job to do it. It falls on you to do it. So having clean space and all of these things that I've mentioned before has really improved my life, because it's true that when you start setting boundaries, when you start doing all of these things, gua sha, journaling, meditating, yoga, moving your body, it's good for you. And people are not just preaching it. It's like, it works. And I have started new things, because I have mastered, like, I've been doing gua sha for a few months now. And I'm like, okay, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm feeling it. It's on my routine. I do it now. Like, I do, like, it's discipline more than motivation, because I'm like, oh my God, I just want to shower and get this over. Why do I have to do my gua sha routine? I'm like, it's going to take like 4 minutes. You'll be fine. Like, that's really where the discipline comes in. So you have to have discipline, but I feel like discipline doesn't really come until a couple of months of doing something. So don't feel disencouraged, especially if it's the new year and you're like, I'm gonna do all of these things that I have never done before, and it's gonna be amazing. No, you're gonna get burned out, and then you're not gonna accomplish anything, because you never completed anything in the first place. You don't have the validation, you don't have the acknowledgement for that. You're not gonna continue to do it because you failed in the first place in your mind. So why would you try again? Because you're just gonna fail a second time, right? Wrong. Maybe. Hear me out. If you do one thing at a time, this wouldn't happen. I like to take me as an example. I started journaling, as you can hear from my spiel of when I started journaling from 2015, but I have been consistently journaling recently, and I put in an effort to do that, because let's say, instead of going on my phone when I'm bored with my work, like I don't want to code, I don't want to do math, whatever, I journal, because journaling is not as boring and as brain consuming as schoolwork or other stuff is, and it's a lot more productive than laying on my bed scrolling. And also, I can journal in 15 minutes, but if I go on my phone, like, I will not end for like an hour. So just, and I really like to think about this as adding things to my life instead of removing it. Like, I'm not talking about removing my phone time completely. I'm gonna add in journaling as a substitute. I'm gonna add in journaling, and usually when I journal, I just go back to my work. So I first used a journal, and then I'm like, let me journal more consistently. And I've just been adding it to my life. And then a couple months back, I saw a tutorial on how to gouache, and I was like, you know what, this is good. So I bought one. It came like 2 weeks later, and I was like, okay, let me start. I didn't have the oil. I didn't want to spend more money in oil, because I have vitamin E oil, and I don't think they actually use vitamin E oil for gouache. I think they use something else. But the point is, it's oil and it works. If that's extremely dangerous and you should not be doing that, please let me know, because I don't want to combust. But so far, so good. My skin is not falling off, touch wood, and I don't see any. And vitamin oil is good for you. That's what it says on the bottle. So yeah. Anyways, but the gua sha has been going good, and I've been doing consistently, like I said. And then what else did I talk about? Cleaning my space, yeah. So that is not a, I would say it is a habit that I've been trying to work on. Instead of like if I see things on the floor, like I'll pick it up and I'll put it away. I'll tidy up my desk a bit more. Like I just won't leave papers around. I'll try to do my bed. Like I'll do something, which is better than nothing, which I would like to emphasize. But yeah, so doing all of these things little by little is really helping me like improve. And then with things I've been starting to change, like add on, like 3 days ago I started oil pulling, which is basically where you put like a tablespoon, I have no idea what a tablespoon, a small bit of coconut oil in your mouth in the morning, and you just swish it around. And the first time I did it for like 2 minutes before, I was like, oh my god, I'm literally swallowing this oil, like I should not be doing that. So I spit it out. Like 3 minutes. And instead of like it's fine, like you're going to find it really weird at the beginning because you literally have oil in your mouth and you're just moving it around, and your brain is like, why do we have oil in our mouth and why are you just swishing it? So obviously like your brain thinks it's weird. And then the second day, TMI, like I literally almost gagged. I was like, this is disgusting, because I kind of like swallowed some and I was like, this is gross. I'm just I don't even want to think about it. And the third day, no, not today, which was like yesterday. So yeah, yesterday it went better. And you know what? I was like, okay, like 5 minutes, okay, queen on task. And today, applaud everyone, 10 minutes, no, 8 minutes, and I did not feel like throwing up. So I would just like to say I'm getting better, and that is what consistency looks like. So keeping that in mind, remember that you have to take things short and small, and like a tortoise, slow and steady wins the race. So like you write down all the activities you really want to accomplish. Like I said in my one podcast episode, I remember saying it, but I was like, when 2023 I wrote so many goals down. I was like, I gotta work out 5 times a week. I gotta do hair mask every week. I gotta trim my I wrote a lot of stuff down. Okay, I didn't do much. But this year I'm only doing 3 goals, and I'm being specific on what I want to accomplish and what I want to do, and like kind of like why I want to do whatever. And I feel like I know the why. Like maybe I should journal about that. I'll journal about that later. But so yeah, so take things. So yeah, take things like goal by goal. And of course, like once you have been relatively comfortable with a goal, like for example, when I was journaling consistently and also doing gua sha, like I did at the same time, but that's because I've been comfortable with journaling, like I've done it. I'm just working on consistency. And now I do gua sha at like after I shower at night, and I do oil pulling in the morning and the flaxseed mask at night. Like those are new things that I'm adding to my life. And sometimes like oil pulling, like seriously, oil pulling isn't the problem because the first thing in the morning I put it in my mouth and go. But flaxseed mask, like it's cold because I keep in the fridge, or like it's downstairs, I'm upstairs, I forget to do it, whatever. So working on consistency. This podcast episode is long as hell. Sorry guys, it's gonna be long. So she said. Okay. So yeah, next topic is like I was saying, changing small parts of my life little by little, and just appreciating it and being grateful for things I have. So one example is like rearranging your room, like lights and posters, or for example, like redesigning your phone, opening the curtains more, changing out your plants, getting new plants, going through your pens, throwing out the ones that don't work, decluttering your drawers, maybe cleaning out your drawers, because I cleaned out my drawer this like weekend ago, and I was like, damn, I have not seen half these things in my life. So I'm like, when did I have 4 like the tapes, like the tape rolls? So why do I have 4 almost empty ones? I was like decluttering, kind of cataloging what I have and knowing where I keep them. So just changing small parts of your life, adding new habits, adding small habits, tweaking some things that, like maybe instead of running every day, you start jogging every other day because you realize you're being a lot more tired. You're not like, it's not making you happy. So why would you do things that not make you happy when they're there to make you happy? Yeah. And then some other things that I have been doing to improve my life is really doing aesthetically pleasing things, because our brains like doing things that they are like, ooh, nice. Like you see like a candle post, like for example, lighting candles, you see them on social media, you're like, oh my god, it's so aesthetic. Like I love the candle. I love the look. I love the minimalistic-ism of it all. And recreating that will probably put you in that same happiness mode. I'm trying to light. Oh, wow. Yes, I can't tell if this is better or worse, but it's fine because I'm about to end this podcast episode soon, anyways, or at least like the informational section of it. It's actually really bad. I don't like it. I'm trying not to make it glare on the actual thing. This is good. Really feeling light. Okay. So what I was saying is doing things for the aesthetic just because like obviously you like it when people do aesthetic things, like you like it on social media. You probably follow people who post aesthetically pleasing like stories and photos. You follow me who does that. But like I don't know if you can see, like I have an entire candle collection. I like I buy pens I enjoy using. I read books, like actual hard copy books, because I like the aestheticism of it all. I add stickers to stuff and stuff like that that really helps me romanticize probably is the word for it, but just seeing life through a whole new lens is kind of what I want to do nowadays. And maybe that's like wearing more jewelry or spending more time on my outfits, doing more makeup, or doing makeup. Like, for example, I tried a new lip combo today. Try new things that I see on social media that I want to try, and I do it because I'm just a girl, and literally, point of life is to do the most and be the best for yourself. Like, do the most you can to have a happy life. And you know what? Maybe painting my nails, maybe buying new stuff, investing in new things, trying crocheting nowadays. I enjoy it. Last time I did, I almost cried because I made something that looked like a deformed alien. But I made a purse this time and it's working and it's looking good and I'm happy because I did something that made me happy. So, try investing in things that are going to make you happy instead of just being like, "Oh my god, why is my life so sucky? Why is everything so boring?" Maybe if you try to do things that improve your life, even if they aren't all that big, you'll realize that it will change your life. It will change your life because if you change small things, in the end, you'll change a lot of big things. So pick up a new book, start a new hobby, play the guitar, practice an instrument, go on more walks, listen to more podcasts, paint more, do like fire up some more candles, reorganize your room, put some posters up, print them out at FedEx. I don't know, make a new wallpaper on your phone, redesign your phone. Do whatever you want to do. It's your life. And at the end of the day, either you make yourself happy that day or you go to sleep wishing you were happy. So what can you do other than at the end of it, you're gonna be tired one day and you're gonna make that change. So why don't you make that change today? Because the time will pass anyways. The point of the matter is, do whatever you want because the time will pass anyways. And if you reflect on 2024 and you're like, oh my god, I should have done this, I should have tried this new hobby. Why didn't I do this at the start of the year? Why didn't I wear like this? Why didn't I dress like this? Why didn't I listen to this music? Why did I not buy those headphones? Why did I not buy that makeup kit? Why did I not do my eyebrows this way? Why didn't I wear that mascara? Why didn't I try the lip combo? Why didn't I? You're gonna drive yourself mad. So do yourself a favor and do it right now. Because even if it's shitty, even because I tried crocheting a couple months ago, I didn't like it. I left it. It's fine. I had other things to focus on. I tried it again. I like it now. Oh no. But do whatever makes you happy. And if it doesn't make you happy, just maybe it's for a later time in your life. You don't have to like throw it away, whatever. But just maybe it wasn't for you right now, and that's okay. So the point is, do whatever makes you happy, and do it right now. Do it right now. I don't know. Go hang out. Go. I hate slide. Go see a friend. Go do your eyebrows some way. Go paint your nails a funky color. I hate. Okay, slide. That's pretty good. Go start a podcast. Go start a YouTube channel. Go start posting more on your social media. Go stop posting less. Start posting less on your social media. I don't know. Buy a new mirror. I bought a new mirror because I hated my old one. Do that. Put new things on your wall. Just, even if you think it might look silly, if you think it's cool, it's your room. How are you allowing other people to come in your room and tell you it looks bad? It's your room. What's wrong with you? Until they're like your doormate, then never mind, that makes sense. But the point is, do whatever the hell you want because it's your life. And if you let other people say things, do things, allow things to happen in your life that you don't want them to happen, it's on you sometimes because it's on you to set boundaries. Listen to my podcast episode about setting boundaries because if I start talking about that right now, this podcast episode will never end. Yeah, anyways. So that's all for me, guys.